looking at question 2 here, we have this function that gives you the rental charge for a video for the number based on the number of days for which you have the video, and that has to be greater than 2. So you're not allowed to only have it for 1 day. We're limiting the domain to be n greater than 2. So 3 days, 4 days, etc. And the initial value or this would be the y-intercept as well, or the vertical intercept, would be the value that the function takes when n is 0, right? So we're looking at the initial value. It's not quite actually the vertical intercept because we're specifying that n has to be greater than 2. So I'll maybe cross that out, but nonetheless, that would be when we basically ignore the charge, ignore that piece, and so the charge would be $4.29. Basically, if you have it for the minimum number of days, which is 2, then that would be your total cost. The slope would be, this is in slope intercept form, and so the slope, say m, is 3.99. What this means is that, so if we look at the initial value, this means that the cost to rent for 2 days, so this should be greater than or equal to, for 2 days, is that initial value. So is $4.29. And again, we're not having n be 0 because that doesn't make any sense for what this is describing. So your function will just start 1, 2, 1, 2, would start here and increase instead of starting at the origin. Okay, so what does the slope mean? Well, the slope means that your cost is going up by that amount. So after 1 day, after 2, after 3, your initial value doesn't change, right? It's a constant number. What's increasing is the amount that you pay per day. So this means that the cost to rent increases, because it's a positive number, increases by $3.99 for each day greater than 2, for each day over 2 days. Right, so every day after that you get charged another $3.99. The minimum charge you can have is $4.29, right, the initial value. Okay, let's do a question where number 5 here, where you have to find the formula for the linear function that satisfies 2 points. If it's helpful for you, you can write this in terms of the coordinates, so 2, 6, and 4, 14. These would be the coordinate points. For that. And so we've already seen the slope. The slope, remember, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I call this x1 y1, x2 y2, then the slope formula gives us 14 minus 6 over 4 minus 2. And that would be 8 over 2, which is 4. So we know the slope is 4. And so we know that g of x looks something like, it's in point slope, in slope intercept form, it would be mx plus b. And because the slope is 4, this is 4x plus b. You then solve for b, because we don't know the vertical intercept yet. So using, let's say the first point to do this, you could use the other one as well. You plug that in to this guy. 6 would equal 4 times 2 plus b. And so b, then do the math, has to be -2. And so your slope, your equation would be the slope for x, and your intercept was 2, so -2. So that would be it. Now you could have done, like I said, you could have done the other point here, so you could have done this one. That would have been fine. But the general process is that you have to first find the slope. You then have to plug in one of the points and solve for this intercept.